The Quickdraw is one of my favorite 3D printed deck boxes, and this is its little sibling, the Side Strike. And I cannot understate how much I love the Quickdraw. The details in the handling, the color loadout, the general feel of it. And you can clearly see that the Side Strike is not the Quickdraw, but that may be a good thing. Right away, I will confirm that you will get another incredibly fun opening mechanic in the Side Slide. Slide down on this little panel and the lid literally springs open. Now, the Quickdraw had this little button and peg combo to hold the lid in place, and that is not here anymore. What is here is the slide mechanism and then this little ramp on the top. The ramp will eventually settle into this groove in the lid and lock securely into place. Sliding down on the panel allows the ramp to drop, letting the natural physics of the spring-mounted lid do its magic. These spring-loaded lids are a delight to use, though you do need to be careful when using them. If you are holding the box at an angle and trigger the lid will just fly off onto the table. But if you get good enough with it, you can actually impress your friends with some clever moves like this. Now with the lid off, you can see that this has two compartments. The main one for your cards and the extra dice bin over here on the side. I was personally able to fit 12 D12s into the bin, and I use D12s as kind of the standard, but obviously your use will vary depending on the size and number of sides of your dice. The main compartment is a bit bizarre, but not in form or function, but maybe in intent. And I should mention that I have the bigger option of these deck boxes. This one is intended for double-sleeved cards, and it will hold 60 double-sleeved cards, and I found you can get only about 58 inner sealed double-sleeved cards. And it will hold about 75 single sleeve cards or even 140 unsleeved cards. Which means this is not a commander deck box, unless you are the type of insano sicko that has a commander deck unsleeved, which is a level of insanity that I not only respect, but aspire to. And it should be noted that not everything needs to be for commander. While this is not a commander deck box, it's actually a pretty solid F&M box. And by that I mean, it's kind of perfect for a standard or modern or pauper deck where you generally have 60 cards in the main deck and 15 in the sideboard, which will give you the 75 single sleeve cards in the main compartment. Furthermore, it's also really great for draft nights, as this will hold 40 single-sleeved cards and about 65 unsleeved cards, meaning you can keep all your draft chaff in the box with extra sleeves and your sleeve draft deck, while still holding the dice and counters and whatnot in the extra bin. And I'm not saying it's an all-in-one solution for F&M, but I'm also not saying it isn't. For some people, enough space for a deck and some dice is totally enough. And if you were to take this to your F&M, I would be totally comfortable saying this is terrific at card security and protection. The lid and walls are super thick, and the only way to open it is with the side slide, which is really hard to kind of just randomly trigger. I had it in a bag and kind of bounced it around, and you really need to get a grip on the panel and pull it down. Random boxes and stuff won't accidentally cause that to pop open, and I think the ramp lock that's on the top instead of the peg lock on the Quickdraw will actually wear less over time, though I'm not an engineer, and either way I don't think either version will actually wear down during the actual life use of the deck boxes. Speaking of having this in your bag, this box is in kind of a weird space. It's not as thin as the Quickdraw, and it's much taller than a boulder. In fact, on first glance, I thought it kind of looked like a block of cheese. Now, it does fit into larger and smaller sized hands just fine and is still totally functional. It's kind of a middle child of deck boxes. In fact, I think it's probably most comparable to something like the Ultimate Guard Flip-In Tray. It's about as tall as the Flip-In Tray, but considerably thinner, so if these are your jam, this could be a nice custom 3D printed option. Now, going back to that block of cheese analogy, I do not like the way this looks. And to demonstrate what I mean, I kind of need to compare it to its big bro, the Quickdraw. Obviously, there's no card window in the Side Strike, and that's fine. That's not really what I'm talking about. But the Quickdraw has character. Yes, they both have the same name on the side of the lid, but these Quickdraws, they have all these lines and indentations, which I really liked as a way to assist in holding the deck box, both for accessibility's sake, but also just general comfort. The Side Strike has none of these, with the exception of the slide again, which I love, so I have no problem with that. But the Side Strike just looks a little bland, which I think kind of defeats the purpose of getting a 3D printed deck box at all. Not all the purposes, because again, you won't find Ultra Pro making a deck box with an opening mechanism like this. So if you do like something a bit more low-key in your deck boxes, but still pine for the ingenuity of the 3D printed community, this is a pretty good sweet spot. Also, I think the chamfering is too big. It looks like it might be purposely that big just to kind of match the Quickdraw, but on the smaller box, it looks like a bit of overkill. While the Quickdraw still feels like a thin box, the side strike is really close to being a hexagon. The side strike is a totally functional deck box and fun to fidget with. In fact, while writing the script for this video, I would find that I was popping the lid and sliding it back on just kind of naturally without thinking about it. It will hold your tournament deck or your draft decks and some dice, and it will hold them really well and secure. It is secure in card protection, but also in lid staying on-ness. But aside from the mechanism, which may be worth the price of admission by itself, there isn't much here that appeals to me. My tournament and F&M days are done. I'd rather draft on Arena than in person, and I wouldn't touch Standard with a 10-foot pole. Even if I did, I think I would probably rather just bring a Quickdraw and put my decks in there however it fits and just kind of make it work. And the plain exterior of the side strike is not for me. I prefer the nuance and the lines and stuff of the Quickdraw, but you know, that's fine because the Quickdraw is still available and actually now even has an option for a Gamegenic slide case in the slot there, which takes away one of my only criticisms of the Quickdraw. But I'm not the arbiter of taste, so I'm glad there are deck boxes that are fun and functional and cool that are just not for me. Now the side strike comes in at $25 for the standard version and $27 for the double sleeve size, which I have here, and I would probably recommend getting the larger version if you're looking to get one at all, and the price in that range for this product is actually not that bad, especially when you consider that the Ultimate Guard, oh god, flip and tray is about $30 to $40 on Amazon, depending on what size and colors you pick. And I will have affiliate links to all the products mentioned in the video below, and if you buy through them, I will get a chunk of the proceeds. It's a pretty simple win-win way to support the channel. You get something, I get something, everyone's happy. Now, if this deck box wasn't up your alley, check out this playlist with all my reviews of niche gaming accessories, including a ton of 3D printed deck boxes like this, the Quickdraw, and others. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel for more. And thank you for watching, and I will see you around.